About 2.5 minutes left of trade. We're going to start with a look at oil prices because they've continued their sharp slide again today. For the week as a whole, now down over 8%. Big slide today, and that's really weighed in terms of the sector performance, which we'll look at next. Energy down right at the bottom, down some 3.5% today, unsurprisingly, given that slide in oil. Outside of that, nothing too significant and negative. You've got communication services down a bit. Healthcare and staples holding on to a little bit of gains, but very much energy that's the true laggard of the day. What does this mean for all four of the indices? Well, we have a look at those now. The Dow is down 180 now, so it is quite close to its low, which was right at the open. It was down 190 at the open and just selling off again into the close, down 0.75%. S&P's down 0.6. The NASDAQ there down about 0.5%. Let's just flip and look at what the NASDAQ's done this week as I bring in Dom Chu here at the close, because even though today's not too negative, the NASDAQ shows that dreadful performance early in the week. It's down over 4%. S&P and Dow a little bit better for the week as a whole, but significant declines for the week as a whole, Dom.
What you're waiting to see right now is if those beaten-up FANG stocks, the technology, the communication services, the retail ones, are going to catch any kind of a discount bid whatsoever. We did see some of that action earlier today. Amazon was in the green at one point. I don't know if it still is at this stage right now, but we also saw Netflix seeing some green action as well. So it really becomes about whether or not those beaten-up names do find some kind of buying, at least stability. Oil prices, you mentioned, that's going to be a huge theme for discussion, and it will be the entire week, going all the way up to those OPEC meetings that are going to happen December 6th and 7th as well. So beaten up energy names, beaten up technology names, beaten up communication services names, all of that, though, I would also point out there are a couple bright spots beyond just that. If you take a look at those falling oil prices, they're great for what? The airlines, all the people who use oil. So transportation stocks, they're actually doing pretty darn well today. They're outperforming overall. Also, those small cap stocks, Bertha mentioned them before, small caps outperforming, transportation stocks outperforming, that might be a decent sign that somebody's trying to find a bottom here.
We've seen yields remain low as well. That's not been good for the banks. Goldman Sachs in particular having a tough week, so the financials not helping out.
Citi and Goldman both hitting 52-week lows today.
Yeah, there we go. Goldman certainly having a tough week. There goes the bell. We're down 183 points on the Dow at the close. The low, of course, as I said, was 192, so we did slide off towards the close. Toys for Tots ring the bell here, the big board. The Movember Foundation ring it at the NASDAQ. That does it for the first hour of the closing bell.